To your attention is technology of application of competence-based educational simulators in the informational and educational environment for learning general technical disciplines. In the context of the development of modern equipment and technologies, the question of studying general technical disciplines among future specialists in engineering specialties arises. Therefore, the application of competence-based educational simulators for learning general technical disciplines is relevant. Under the term competence-based educational simulator in the informational and educational environment, it is implied a set of specialized logical, analytical, visual, and practical training tasks on the basis of use of informational tools of the educational environment, the result of which is the acquisition of competencies in specialty. The creation of educational simulator consists of the following stages. It is a determination of its approximate structure and content, selection of some important terms and concepts. It is necessary to use different ways of presenting information. And the final stage, it is linking the educational simulator tasks to the competence repository. It is possible to use educational simulator for checking the modular and final results. The technology of application of competence-based educational simulators in the informational and educational environment for learning general technical disciplines consists on the following stages: creation of training simulators and the selection of competencies from the repository of competencies of informational and educational environment. The next stage it is using of training simulators for different types of classes. For example, in the context of lectures, it can be consolidation of knowledge. In the context of practical classes, projects protection or performing some tasks. And in the context of individual tasks, modular and final control. The next step, it is getting points and acquisition of competencies. And as a result, we have formation of the students' indicator competencies for the course in the informational and educational environment. They represented are competence-based educational simulators in the informational and educational environment for learning general technical disciplines, uh, for mechanic of materials and constructions, engineering and computer graphics, and theory of mechanisms and machines. Educational simulators can use different types of questions. The educational test simulator is the use of special training tasks aimed at the formation of professional competencies based on test tools, which is used to learn the laws, methods, rules, etc. Such simulator gives the assessment of knowledge, navigation, and capabilities of students. It helps future engineers develop mathematical, analytical, and critical thinking skills. The educational graphic simulator based on the training of visual perception and work with engineering drawings, diagrams, and other graphic objects. This simulator is an appendix to the theoretical study of teaching material, practical and laboratory work, and provides an opportunity to expand the understanding of individual processes and engineering system in the complex. The educational gamified simulators based on a task, the development of which develops professional engineering competencies and includes acquaintance with the details and devices that are the basis of engineering. The principle of teaching the operation of complex technology, installation skills, assembly systems, and repair of machinery. There are represented types of competence-based educational simulators for learning general technical disciplines and the competencies that provide the developed type of simulators. For example, educational test simulator provides the ability to determine static and dynamic loads, calculate the structures for strength and durability, and to perform a technical documentation. Educational graphic simulators uh, provide the ability to perform drawing of non-standard parts, to determine the components of modes of operation machines with structural features, and to coordinate the parameters and modes of operation of machines. Educational gamified simulators provide the ability to analyze the designs of machines, to organize maintenance and storage of machines and equipment, to defect machines parts. They represented the scheme of training with the help of tutorials for learning in the informational and educational environment. In the tutorial for learning in the informational and educational environment, presented submission of theoretical material and educational content using QR codes. Final grade forms from the points in the class and points in the online course. Monitoring of the students' results in the conditions of the informational and educational environment consists of the acquisition of competencies and monitoring of learning results in the informational and educational environment. In the context of engineering and computer graphics, they are presented competence-based educational simulators on the basis of the following questions. For dragging text to a graphic image, for dragging image to image, with the ability to choose terms from the drop-down list and multiple choice. In the context of mechanic of materials and constructions, uh, educational simulators are on the basis of the following questions: multiple choice, right or wrong statement, choosing a match, dragging text to the image. In the context of theory of mechanisms and machines, the question can be on the basis of dragging text to the image, choose from the drop-down list, dragging text to the text, or by puzzle type. In order to statistically verify the equality of use of educational simulators for learning general technical disciplines in the control and experimental group, we applied Pearson's criterion, the calculation of the empirical value based on the results of the use of educational simulators in the experimental and control group before and after the experiment. Therefore, after the experiment, accepted hypothesis that the difference between the frequencies of the control and experimental groups is statistically significant. There are significant differences in the level of application of competence-based educational simulators in the informational and educational environment. It was outlined types of educational simulators that increase the ability to provide educational services, emphasize the diversity of educational material in the field of general technical disciplines, and are able to provide quality training of students based on the modern needs and relevant competencies. At the end of the experiment, it can be claimed that the using of competence-based educational simulators in the informational and educational environment for learning general technical disciplines is effective. Thank you for your attention.